Ooh, get a check. I had my picked up those glasses. Ooh. This is not showing me that I'm live. Oh, let me turn this here. That is the problem. This is not supposed to be members only. This is supposed to be public. Okay. Okay, now it should go. Let's see. Mm. Hey, 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 everybody. What's going down? What's up, bosses? Just checking the stream real quick. See if I can hear me. And I can't hear. Hey, 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 everybody. What's going down? Okay, there we go. Okay, so y'all come on up in here. See what we can get popping tonight. See what we can get popping tonight. Hey, good evening. How you doing tonight, Miss Arlene? I am doing good. Girl, bad hair day. I'm decided I'm gonna plait this stuff up and not fool with it. I got a customer that sent me something. I want to talk about customer relations tonight because I had two good things happen today with customers. Two good things. Two good things. And I got something from a customer that I want to share with y'all that really made my day. Really made my day. So I want to share with y'all what I got from my customer today. And at the same time, I'm going to try to plait up this hair because, baby, this Texas, this rain, it's raining down here. It's raining down here today. And when I tell you, when it rains, this hair does the fool. Okay. So it was raining and this hair, it just puffed, went puff on me. So I decided I better just plait this stuff up so that I don't have to deal with it for the next couple of days. And that way, you know, I'll be good to go. But yeah, y'all, so I had some good news today. So I went and I did deliver that one shirt. You were on here earlier in the member only chat. I delivered those shirts to the one customer. And when I got there to, me and Ken, we did a 2-color design on his stuff instead of doing like a one color design front and back, because I think from about 2017 to about 2020, this guy's company had probably spent like 20-30 grand with us in orders. And so then COVID hit, and when COVID hit, he called me to place an order, and the shirts were extremely, extremely, extremely high. So I hadn't heard from him in a couple of years, so we decided to go ahead and print his shirts, right? And I'm just killing time, Miss Arlene, trying to see if I can get some people on here. I made the stream public. And so then we hadn't heard from him in a while. And so it was pretty much like when you don't hear from people and that much time goes by, that customer is pretty much really lost to you. Um, but we started doing our email promotions and everything. And he was on the email list, and he called us, right? And so we decided, when he told us that his company was a lot smaller and that he wasn't making the kind of money that he used to make, we decided, okay, well, we'll go ahead and we will print the shirts for him. So we did. Well, today, when I went and dropped off the shirts to Lance, y'all, Lance told me, he said, we closed the deal for $120 million. They do construction and awnings and all kinds of stuff. So um I mean, that's big. That's huge. That's huge. And so I'm just so glad, because from that I know that, he was really happy that we did, what we did for him and everything. And so his shirts turned out good. So hopefully that will end up trickling down, and we'll start, getting back the big orders that they were printing at first. Because I mean, 100, can you imagine? I told him I need to quit work and come work for you. I need to stop making t-shirts and come work for you. That's a lot of money. So, sometimes you have to do things. You have to do things. You have to do. That don't look too bad, huh, y'all? It ain't gonna be too bad. I just got to do something with this hair, just to, cause see, it just puffs up like crazy on me when it rains and stuff. It just puffs up crazy. But yeah, so sometimes you have to do things, for your customers. You have to do things for your customers so that, to help them out. And we don't have that type of business to where we can just afford to do a lot of stuff. But sometimes, instead of, when you know that a customer really, like, they would really pay for it normally. And I'm not talking about like customers who just come to you. That's their first time coming to you, and then you do something for them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like customers who, um, customers you've been dealing with for a while, and you may know that, okay, they're going through something in their business. And so then you cut them a deal, because, or throw in a few shirts and stuff like that. It's always good to do that type of stuff for customer retention, because they'll end up coming back. I mean, for him to come back to me after all this time, and then all of a sudden to close this big deal like they closed, that's really, really cool. Then so that happened. I met him and delivered his shirts. And Keisha, I don't think you were on earlier this morning, so I'm going to show you the shirt that we did. Because I do have one of the, y'all, my thing done just cut off. Let me see, what did that pop out for? Why did my, hold on, let's see. I done popped off on y'all. Let me see what's going on, if I can get it back on. Did something happen with my electricity in here or what? Oh, let's see here. Hmm, that's crazy. Maybe my camera ran hot. Sometimes stuff like that happens. Y'all give me a second. Let me get this camera back on. So I can't wait to show y'all what I got today. It is amazing. Sometimes you meet some people who will really end up being a blessing for you. Yes, Ken, I'm on live. You need me? No. Sometimes you'll meet some people who will be a blessing for you. Y'all, I'm getting this camera back on. It didn't. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm back. So yeah, sometimes you'll meet some people who will end up being a real good blessing for you. Let's see here. So for those of y'all just coming in today, this is we didn't do this shirt. We actually did. We didn't do it on sweatshirts. This was just a sweatshirt, that one of the sweatshirts that we threw in and added for him. And when I tell y'all, like little simple stuff like this is all it had on the front of his shirts. But the shirts were they were next level shirts. Y'all know I print more I seem to print more next level than anything in the ring spun and the tri-blends than anything. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I push it, probably. So, but and then this was on the back. So all he wanted was this stripe to be gray versus the stripe being black, and it does make a big difference. Now this shirt, y'all, right here, it looks like I printed it crooked, but I didn't. It's a defective. This is a defective sweatshirt, just a defective sweatshirt. And so I didn't realize it until after we printed it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, am I tripping or what? But that was what we did for him. So his company is back on track now. And so I'm thinking to do a VIP email list for companies that I know that spend money. Thinking about doing a VIP list for them. I need about 3 more people in here, and then I'm going to show y'all what I got. Show y'all what I got. Give it a few more minutes and let a few more people come in and show y'all what I got today from Larry. Larry is a new client. I spoke to Larry on Tuesday. Today is what? Today's Thursday? Wednesday. Spoke to Larry Tuesday evening, and he needed a rush job, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do a rush job. But Larry really was really nice, and I think I told y'all last night, I said sometimes you get like that perfect customer that you talk to and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna really do something for him because he was so nice. One thing about me, I have, you know, like if you have discernment, you can really tell, you know, what customers to do certain things for. And something in my spirit told me that this man was off the chain and to go ahead and do it for him because he was just real genuine when I talked to him. Like I can tell by the tone in a person's voice when they call me if it's gonna work out or not. So Larry sent me something. We got his shirts in today. They're gonna be blue, and there's actually in the car, we got to take them down there to the shop and screen print them. And I haven't trying to get do something to this hair first. And Ken's been out there in the kennel. We went to the shop and did some work this morning, and then my hair just puffed up like on me, right? Just puffed up on me. Y'all try to share the live and see if we can get a couple more people in here. I've been trying to get more and more people online. Let me send out a text. Whew. Keisha, you doing okay today? You doing okay today, sis? So I got this, and I was like, earlier when he said he was sending someone, I got an email notification. I got an email notification that he was sending something. I was like, well, what is he sending me? Because we just took the order. Is he sending me some t-shirts, or like, what is he sending me? Let me send out a text, y'all, real quick. Hey, Damps, how you doing? How you doing? Um, so in my phone, I've actually went in and started putting people in groups so that I can eventually be able to send out a group text when I go live, right? Girl, it is a lot of hair. And it just puffs up and does what it wants to do, and that's what it was doing. That's what it's been doing to me today. It's just doing what it wants to do. So I am platting this stuff up. I am planning this stuff up because I am not trying to hear it today. I am not trying to hear it today, y'all. Charmaine, how you doing? You doing okay today? You and Dimps, everybody good off in here? Try to get my girls off in here right quick. So y'all know I had said I didn't know if I was like the other day, I was feeling like, okay, sometimes some of these customers, they will drive you crazy. But so Larry was the customer that we were doing this on the blue shirts, right? Ma'am, I can't talk to you. I just said I'm live. Erica, girl. So yeah, so Larry was the one, y'all, that we're doing the 125 shirts for. And so I didn't know what he was sending me. So he sent me this envelope. He sent me this envelope. And this is what's in it. So it's a envelope with a little kitten on it. And when I opened up the envelope, he made it rain on me. Look, none but 20s. Made it rain for me. 13 of them. $260. This man sent me $260, y'all. And it just says, thank you for your help, Larry. Thank you for your help, Larry. This is the biggest tip that I've gotten a lot of tips from customers. I've gotten cookies, I've gotten flowers, I've gotten gift cards to go out to eat and things like that, but ain't nobody ever made it rain on me like this, right? He is, I'm telling y'all. So get better customers. That's the whole thing. It let me know that where I'm going and the things that we have started back doing, getting those customers back, right? Because it's so many times we deal with like customers who really kind of like kill your vibe. You know what I'm saying? You get so many customers and they just kill your vibe, and you're like, okay, do I really want to, be bothered with these people? And then you get customers like this, like Larry and like Lance, that are good, and they appreciate, what they appreciate what you do. So even with, like even with everything going on with us, them saying us we finna go into a recession and food prices being high and all of this stuff, there are still some really, really good customers out there if you target them right. And so for me, y'all, I'm just at the point to where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to. There was a time when I would answer the phone and probably out of 10 calls, maybe I would say yes to one order. And that's how I would make my money. So I'm thinking that um I may go back to doing that type of stuff because that's when I was really making money. And so, you know, you gotta really like pick and choose your customers. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Keisha. People tip all the time. People tip all the time. I even have my now they won't tip you when they know you the boss. They don't hardly tip when they know you the boss. But they tip. They tip. And you get some big tips. Now I've never gotten a tip this big. That was a big tip. That's a big tip right there, right? I've never gotten a tip that big, but people do tip and they send you all kinds of stuff. Like they'll send you tickets to games and all kinds of stuff. That they will send you when they tip you. Hey Carmen, how you doing? So they send all kinds of stuff. So, it's just really about getting that right customer. Finding that right customer that's going to do things. And y'all know how that Larry came from Target Marketing. Larry called me, right? But I tell y'all the zip code that Larry called me from is a zip code that I target through my marketing. And I believe that that's why I was able to find that type of customer, because I was able to find a customer who was financially able to buy whatever he wanted to buy and do whatever he wanted to do. So, you know, I'm just a really, really firm believer in picking and choosing your customers. And if y'all remember, I got a I told y'all the other day I had that dispute and I won it. So she's shit out of luck. I'm gonna wait about 3 more days now because she messed with me like that, and then issue her a refund. But she filed a fraudulent thing. So that zip code does matter. That Carmen, were you here? Did you see what Larry sent me? Did you see what Larry sent me, honey? Larry sent me this card right here, this beautiful little card. And y'all, this was shipped in from Larry's in this is the crazy thing. This is the crazy thing, right? The zip code that I target is the zip code is where I'm delivering shirts. But Larry is in Tucson, Arizona, right? Larry's in Tucson, Arizona. So he's flying in. Larry's flying in for the event. And so he shipped this in next day. So sent me this cute little card, honey. And then made it rain on me, y'all. For those of y'all that's coming in, made it rain on me. So this little money right here, I don't know about y'all, but $260, honey, it can go a long ways for me. I went to the store earlier, and I think I probably had about 6 little bags, and it was like $160, y'all. $160. Gas, the price of gas is extremely high. Everything is super, super high. Hopefully I can keep these plats up, honey, for a few days. Because this rain. Carmen, how you doing today? Erica, how you doing today? Renobia, I'm not sure if I spoke to you. I think, did you just come in? Or were you here from the beginning, sis? Erica, are you working the are you gonna be working ISS show in Fort Worth? Yeah, so yes, Carmen, we can do something with that. And so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I think I'm gonna pay for that stand with it, for the heat press stand. Whatever I do with it, we're gonna call it Larry. If it's a printer or whatever it is, we're gonna call it Larry, right? Whatever I do with it. So when y'all hear me say that's Larry, y'all will know. But yeah, so I'm gonna dive deeper into the zip code marketing stuff, and now I'm thinking that maybe I need to have another email list. Maybe I need to have a VIP email list. What y'all think? Maybe we need to have a VIP email list. Yeah, we gonna have Miss Arlene. You know how everybody name their printers and different things, and they always have girl names, right? They always be she's, but Larry gonna be a he. Whatever it is, it's gonna be a he. Gonna be Larry. One more plat, y'all, and I'm done. Might not be the prettiest hairstyle, honey, but I'll take me a take me a bandana and wrap it around this stuff, and at least it won't be puffed up. Cause this stuff, y'all got any questions, anything in particular y'all wanna talk about tonight? I'm ready. We can anything is on the table tonight. We talk about anything y'all want to talk about. Um, with your business, getting your business together. Yeah, I think a VIP list, y'all, will be good. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I am gonna do. So one thing that I've never done is like when I'm not good at the follow up. Like after customers have placed orders, I'm not good with that. I'm always the one who's trying to get you to get the order, and then after the order has been placed and you've gotten your order, I'm not really good with like shooting you back emails to follow up and stuff like that. So that is something that I'm gonna start doing, is that type of marketing, to where once you've gotten something to try to, because this is the thing, like with VPS, we have their screen on file. So trying to figure out, like, especially like people who do like a front pocket logo, and you do t-shirts, right? So we got that screen on the file. I made that one in the back a little bit too tight. So I make that I'm thinking that something like this with his VPS, I could probably put that on a cap. I could probably fit it on a cap. Um, we could figure out different products that I have that I can promote to that company, right? To that same company. And so that, because I already have their screens, right? And so when we have the screens on file, it makes it easier for us to do it, or even if we have the artwork on file. So just thinking of like some other things that they may need that they may not even realize that we do. Even if it's not the screen, even if it's drinkware. Like with with a construction company, I wouldn't send them, an advertisement with a mug on it, because they're probably not riding around in their trucks with mugs, but they will be riding around with a canister, because they're outside. When you're working in construction, a lot of times they carry the big not canisters, y'all know what I'm talking about, not a tumbler, but a yeah, like a canister, drinkware. And so I'm thinking, maybe something like that with their logo, and do a targeted promotion towards them, like, hey, take, $50 off of your order of this or that, or get 10% off your next order, we already have your screens or something like that. I just got to figure out the terminology, how I'm going to say it, and what exactly I'm going to do, you know. So yeah, travel mug, Carmen, travel mug, thank you. Canteen, yes. So things like that, if I can. And so I think that that will also help the business. And it's just a matter of me having help. Like, I'm going through, I'm writing down all of these things that I need to do, and then I'm implementing them. And it's just going to be a challenge getting it all going, right? Getting it going. And I want to get all of that stuff together before I really just start going after new customers. Because, you know, pre-COVID, the phone was ringing all day. Now the phone, now the phone rings. It may ring maybe 5, 6 times a day, but pre-COVID, the phone would ring 20, 30 times a day at least. And so I was able to, pick and choose more. And so if you're like real picky with your customers, and you get 10 phone calls, then 10 phone calls isn't enough. So I want to get all of these different things worked out so that it's done automatically. To a certain extent, I would still have to go in and figure out, okay, but if I have all of the mock-ups, I would have to figure out, okay, if I'm selling something to, let's say, to a beautician, to a beauty salon, okay, what other things can I print on that beauty salon that I have, that I offer, that beauty salons would buy? If I'm selling t-shirts to a car lot, of course I would turn around and then market keychains to them, things like that. So just figuring out, staying focused on what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, and trying to get my customers back trained, because now from COVID, you lose customers and then you're bringing in new customers, and just trying to get, figuring out like who is that customer base, right? And that has me thinking with going into, with me actually rethinking me offering the small orders. I started offering individual and small orders for the channel, because if I'm doing YouTube, then I feel like, okay, I need to have some things, that some little single stuff that I could do here on YouTube for the channel. And so I got to keep that in perspective and not get tied up all day doing 1 and 2 shirt orders. And that's the thing about it. When you're doing, these shirt orders, you got to make sure that you don't get tied up all day doing small things, So my goal, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to cap it. I'm going to cap it at, maybe 3 orders a week that I'll do, like little small orders. And then bring back my job board. I'm gonna go to my storage and get my big job board, because I really do need it. It helps me visually to have stuff in front of me when I'm sitting and I'm looking at, like, if you have a board and you have, Monday through Friday, and you know that you need to fill those slots, and you have it, broken down by how many jobs that you can get in there a day, it's a lot easier when people call you. You can look and you can see, just look up and say, oh, okay, well, I got this order. This is going to take that amount of time, because I put the time slots on it, how long it's going to take, where it is in the process. And I can look up really fast and know what I can do. And I always save, what I do is I always save 1 day, y'all. Always save 1 day in your print business, and that is a day that you're saving for that one rush order, that's going to come through, that's going to make your week, right? And that's how I've always done it. And if it doesn't come through, then guess what? You've got time to do other things. But if you fill your schedule, for me, if I know that if I fill my schedule with a bunch of little bitty orders, boom, 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 I'm going to, because I'm at that point in my career where my phone's gonna ring, somebody's gonna call and they're gonna want a big order. Then I would be missing out on that order, right? So I have to think about it really strategically as far as like the amount of time that I'm spending on orders. So think about that when you're, when you're doing, figuring out your day and figuring out your process, kind of think about that, y'all. Okay, y'all, let me put my glasses on. Found my glasses. Found me glasses. Found my glasses, honey. Let me put glasses on. Okay. Hi, Cheryl. How are you today? Okay, Keisha asks, when you're making an ad, is it smart to put the minimum order quantity on the ad or to address it when they get the phone call? This is the thing, Keisha. What you got to decide is what's the minimum. If you're doing an ad and the ad is for screen printing, put that minimum on there. Put your minimum on there, because this is the thing. What that ad that you're making, you're going after a certain customer. If you're screen printing, you're not looking for a customer who's going to call you and tie up your phone line, hold you on the phone all day long, ask you a million questions, and they want one or two shirts, right? So you got to put it up out. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Let them know up front, for this amount of shirts, it's gonna, this is gonna be 24-piece minimum, 12-piece minimum, whatever your minimum is. For me, I'll do 12 shirts screen printed, right? I'll do a 12-piece order screen printed. I just upcharge you. But it's a one color job. I won't do a 2-color screen print 12-piece job. I'll do 24, because my minimum is normally 24, right? But when you look at, you have to be careful with minimums, because let's say at 24 pieces, that job is, let's say you're doing it at $12 a piece or $10 a piece, right? On just a basic t-shirt. And t-shirts have gone up, so we need to go back and revisit what we charge on things, right? And then at 12 pieces, right? At 12 pieces, you may be charging, if you're charging at 24 pieces, let's say you're charging $10, and at 12 pieces, you're charging $15, right? So you may want that 12-piece order because you're making $5 more per shirt off the order. Sometimes you can get a person who will order like 18 shirts and it's under the 24-piece minimum, but you're actually making the same amount of money. So in that case, then you can kind of flex a little bit. But I put it out there. I let people know, because you don't want anybody wasting your time. The biggest thing about printing and the print business is your time. Your time is your money. So, and because this is physical work that you're actually physically doing, you need to save as much time as you can for printing, and you need to put everything out there, as much information, give your customers as much information as you can give them. And you can do like me, like if you do a flyer, you can have more than one sales ad on that flyer. Like I may have a 50-piece special for people who are ordering in bulk, and I may have my digital printed tees on there, $24.99 per piece, right? Full color prints. And what happens is a person, they may say, okay, well, I can't get 50 shirts, but they want full color, and they have looked around and they see, and they say, okay, well, that $22.99 ends up turning into, let's say they get 10 shirts, right? So that it still end up being a $250 order. Or they may end up upcharging and say, okay, well, I want something on the back. So always put it out there, because that way there's no question about it. There's no question about it. Like even on your print times, put it out there. I tell people, when people call me and they say, hey, how fast can I get a shirt? 10 days. 7 days. My standard turnaround time, it used to be 5 to 7 days before COVID. After COVID, it went to 10 to 14 days. And the reason I went to 10 to 14 days is because every reputable company out there, that's what they quote you, 10 to 14 days. If you go to Custom Ink's website and you look up the prices, you will see that those are the price. That's the price for 10 to 14 day. I think theirs is it 10 at 10 days. I think whatever it is, it's 2 weeks. I think it's 14 days. That is the price that they're charging you for a 14-day delivery. And then you'll notice it's an extra 20% for 1 week delivery, right? Because it's 1 week rush. So when you start looking like you're calling around, you got to call and check your competition and see how fast they can get our shirts, right? That's why Larry was looking to pay $3,000 and he was shocked when I told him, no, I'll do it for what I'll do it for, right? That he's paying half of that. So, you just put it out there, and that way people know. You want to give them as much information as they need, and because you don't want to be rushed either. So that's the answer for that one. And I hope that helps. Let's see here. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Save 1 day. 1 day. And that 1 day, you'll make your money in that 1 day. Let's see here. I think I saw Carmen say something about a spreadsheet. Yes, so Carmen said maybe a spreadsheet to keep up with your clients. Yeah, so what I have is when people email me, right? When clients are emailing back and forth, you know how you have your contact list for your Gmail or whatever, mail whatever program you have that, if you're using Outlook or whatever you're using, you have the ability in your email to download what's called a CVS file. So when you download the CVS file, it will have the customer's name, it'll have their email address, and then you can also and so then you can put that into a spreadsheet into your database. So for me, it's a combination of the emails that are coming in, a combination of the Google Forms. Now, when you break it down and go into the Google Form, on my Google Form, I get way more information on a person because when they fill out the quote form, I'm getting their name, I'm getting their phone number, which would allow me to text message them if I want to get into SMS messaging, which I'm in the process of doing that. And you get their email, and then not only do I get their email, I get the type of shirts that they like, that they want for that particular order, quantity, and whatever questions that I ask on that Google form are all answered. So that's all off in that spreadsheet. And so that within Excel, that spreadsheet is in Excel. And so when you open up that Excel sheet, the way the Excel is set up, you could just right click it and email the response to the person and all of that. I don't click mine from the spreadsheet because I have Zapier, and Zapier does the response for me, but it's really easy to do. But what I do is I combine everything I have is combined in because I do my social media not my social media promotions, my email promotions through Gmail. And so with a combination of apps like Zapier and things like that. And so all of that stuff comes in together. So within that, I can actually divide stuff into, like, I can see customers who ordered 5 years ago, when you sent the email, what type of things they ordered, the time of the year they ordered. So you can break it down by statistics and really kind of get kind of deep into it. And you know, if you see that, oh, this person orders, you'll start to notice patterns in the way that customers email you. um this These are from domain names, like in Zapier. You can set what's called triggers, and so you know if it came from a domain name. And normally if it came from a domain name, it's a business, and so you can separate things like that. But it's a lot of different ways that you can go in and do it, and I hope that helps. Yes, ma'am. I didn't see what Keisha said up above, but yes, Keisha, you know that we are here to help you, all of us. You got plenty of bosses up in here. We all in here to learn together, and we all, chit chat and figure this thing out together. So if you have, some problems, you just keep on pushing, sis, and keep on asking. Oh, Erica, you haven't decided because of last year. Well, I was asked to come speak, girl. And so I haven't decided yet. I haven't gave my yes yet. How many days or what I'm gonna speak on or anything like that. So I'm just kind of, still figuring it out if I'm gonna do it. So Cheryl, yes, the job board, having the job board in front of me. So in my t-shirt calculator, I actually have like a job orders board, and on the computer, but it's a lot different having it directly in front of me than when you have it on the computer. Like, people will say, oh, I keep all of my orders in my phone. Well, you got to go to the phone, look at your calendar and all of that, and it's good to have it in there for when you're on the go. But when you're in your office, if you have it sitting directly in front of you, or those desk calendars, the great big desk calendars where you pull off the sheet, and you have it sitting there on your desk and you can just write stuff there. Those are great. um this little thing here, I have a little small one here and you can barely see it. My stuff is starting to go off. I need to redo it. But having something like this that I can use, I had this for like my YouTube stuff so that I know things that I need to do and then I could check it off. And I have this sitting up here, but now I've made space right here in this space behind me where I can put my big job board up there and I can see everything that I need to do, and I can put notes. Like, if I need to go and pick up shirts, or I'm out of a certain supply, I know I'm running low on emulsion, I can just jot that down on the board. um and so what I'm thinking about doing, because my board's going to be away from me, so I'm thinking I may end up doing a lot of stick 'em ups, or have my little magnets and put that stuff up to the board, that because it's going to be hard for me because the desk is right here for me to walk up and actually, write on the board. So I'll probably write it on a little note and then stick it up there where it needs to be. And so just working on it. Yes, ma'am. Let me jump down to Renovia's comment. Yes, Renovia, Zapier will connect so many apps. It will automate everything that you do on your administrative side of your business. It'll automate it. I mean, even if you're doing, like, if you wanted to do social media ads, right? If you're doing, let's say I want to do this video here on YouTube. I can have this video with Zapier. I set it up one time, anytime, to say the trigger to say anytime that I go and post a video on YouTube, post that video on my Facebook page, and this is what it's going to say. So you'll add your text, you know, hey guys, I'm live, check out the video. Okay. Post it on my YouTube page, go post it over here on Instagram, post it here, post it on my blog page on the website. Right. So Zapier will do stuff like that for you. Zapier will, it will also filter through like your emails and do your auto replies. It does everything. It will do your social media calendar. Let's say that you want that you can create an ad and you put all of your ads up for that month. I want this ad to go out on this day, this ad to go out on that day. So it will link with your Google Calendar or whatever calendar app that you use. And it will send stuff out that way. It will remind you of your appointments. It does like so many things. It does so many things that I use it a lot for. I use it a lot for, mainly for emails. That's what I use it for. It's mainly for sending out my emails and doing blasts and stuff like that. But Zapier has so many things that, and it connects with Trello. It connects with so many different apps that it's really crazy. And it takes a minute to really get off in there and learn it all. But it's awesome. Okay, Miss Erica, let's see what you're talking about over here. Erica says, I have 3 bags of shirts and I'm still ordering shirts for customers, money in the bag. How can I get rid of those shirts? Okay, so I think you have 3 bags of shirts that you've like ordered. I don't know if you've ordered the shirts for customers and then they didn't pick them up or what happened, but if you have 3 bags, y'all, these are reading glasses, so I have to take them on and off so I can read and then I can look at y'all. So if you have, the first thing I'm going to tell you is you need to have extra inventory. You know, it's cool to have extra inventory, but at a certain point, you know, don't buy things that you really don't need. Like if I'm going to stock shirts, I might stock white, black, gray. I stock my top colors. You're going to figure out, you know, what your top colors are by going back and tracking how many shirts, you know, tracking with your distributor what you order. That's the good thing about having wholesale distributors versus buying stuff retail here, buying it there. You can't go back and track. But when you're purchasing from your wholesale distributors, you know, you can go back, you can look at the pie chart, you can say, oh, I spent this amount on this and this. And so you can, you know, break stuff down by color and you know exactly what stuff to keep. So with that being said, let's go into, you know, the shirts that you do have. Don't order anything for a customer that's not paid for. Okay, and then you won't have extra shirts. But the shirts that you do have, you can use those shirts to create things that you want to sell for, you know, on the side hustle. Like if you're, like for me, I'm selling shirts to companies, and so we may have. If I get a dog out here, no, because I have a noise filter on. That's okay. I have a noise filter on. But babe, you got a big hole here. You have a big hole here. In the window right there.
There wasn't no big hole earlier.
Come on over here. Come on over here.
I see, but there wasn't no big hole.
Come on over here. Come on over here. Let me see. Let me show these ladies my man. Y'all see, this is my man right here. This is my man right here. Hey, baby.
Hey.
They can't see you because your head is way up there. Yeah, but it's a big hole up there. I don't know what you done did.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know, but stuff something in it and get it fixed for me. Okay, y'all. So somebody tell me, what was we talking about? What was I talking about, babe?
Something.
What was I talking about? Somebody put in the comments what I was talking about. Y'all know I got short-term memory loss. Tell me what I was talking about before Ken came in. Crafty said, hey, Ken.
Hey.
He said, hey, y'all. Crafty, what was we just talking about? Y'all tell me what I was just talking about, because he came in and it blew my mind every time I see the man. It blows my mind. After 25 years, it still blows my mind. Carmen said, hey, Ken. Thanks for putting Zapier in the yes, ma'am. He made me forget what I was talking about. He always do. Yeah, he done made me. Okay, shirt order. I'm coming with it, Carmen. I'm coming with it. Kick in, T, babe. Kick in. Shirt order. We're talking about, yeah, don't order shirts until the shirts are paid for. The shirt orders, the shirts that you have now, okay, like for me, I get like extra shirts. So like this is an extra shirt from an order that I had. So what I use this type of stuff for is last minute stuff. So if somebody calls me, they need last minute shirts, then I tell them, hey, this is what I have. The other thing that I do, like I'm finna do this pride thing, and that's gonna be like mixed shirts. Or you can create a few designs if you're a real hustler. If you're a real hustler, sis, you know it's gonna be Juneteenth. You can do stuff on different, if you got different color shirts, different sizes, you can do stuff, create stuff, do your transfers, put that stuff up for sale. I tell everybody, even though I do custom t-shirts, and I mainly only do stuff for businesses now, it wasn't always like that. I had to still side hustle and print my own stuff and print up, maybe 50 shirts and go out there and sell those shirts or put them on the website. A good thing is, like, what month is this? This is May, right? So birthdays are always hot. Advertise every month. You should be advertising a birthday shirt, right? Y'all remember when they used to have people who would post on Facebook, and it would be like queens are born in May, queens are born in, and they did that same shirt every single month. The only thing that company did was just change the month and sign. So you can do stuff like that, but mainly you're going to use those extra shirts. If you got 3 bags of shirts, you're mainly going to use them for, you're mainly going to be using them for fill-ins, for custom orders when people call you and they need last minute stuff. And this is the thing. Don't be afraid to tell people, hey, this is what I have. A lot of times people will call me and they'll say, I need to get X amount of shirts, or hey, can you do, because my phone rings on Friday. On Thursdays, I think Wednesday is the day. After Wednesday, people realize the weekend is coming and they need shirts. So those people who are calling you last minute, they don't get much of an option, right? You don't have to give them much of an option. You would be surprised how many people will call you and they'll say, yeah, I want a purple shirt. And you say, well, I have black. Well, because it's, and you put it in a way to them that you say, well, because it's last minute, this is what I have. And I print on what I have all the time. I tell people, well, this is what I have. Well, no, I don't have that in pink. I have that in a mauve, or I have that in this. And so you could do stuff like that, but don't get paid. June. Thank you, girl. I'm a month behind, right? It is June. It is June. So, you use that for your inventory. And then you tell people what you have in the inventory. And you can even do, you know, like, so I have a bunch of shirts, and one thing that I'm doing now is we have a Excel spreadsheet where I have everything in inventory, and then I can, if you create a filter in Excel, and I may have to put up, I've been planning on creating that and putting that up in my file folder, but I haven't. But it's so much stuff that you can do to get rid of those shirts. If you just, you know, just do a few orders, do a few different things. It's all about, I don't want to tell you to just like print up a design on all of those shirts and then they not sell, right? So I would just, for me, I would hold that stuff until I have like people coming. Like if people are coming and you're still getting orders from people who are coming, you can always say, you know, well, hey, I don't have, because a lot of times people want stuff. Like I'm not going to go out to the wholesale distributors to pick up a few shirts and I don't have it. Choose from what I got in stock, and then that's it. But don't, you know, don't order until, don't order if you stop ordering or stop buying stuff and only buy stuff when people order it, then, you know, you'll have it. And you'll run into times and problems with that sometimes to where you don't have certain things. I've got probably 40,000 shirts in inventory right now, and I still order shirts. You know, I still order shirts. Y'all hear me all the time saying I'm going and I'm picking up shirts. I'm going and I'm picking up shirts. And I got shirts in inventory. You know, so it's just the name of the game. It's just the name of the game, y'all. Okay. Okay. Keisha says, does anybody know how to make a button link in Canva that actually works when you put it in an email? Okay, so what you need to do is when you go into Canva and you're searching, I believe when you're searching in shapes and you click on button, you type in buttons and buttons will pop up there, right? So the button link is not going to work. The button link is not going to work from Canva, right? Uh, it will if you, Canva does have the ability for you to create links, but it's not going to work in Canva once you like export that out as a PNG button and you put that in your email. Then you need to go back and look at my video. I did a video, I don't remember where it was. It was in one of the lives and I don't remember. Y'all are going to have to bookmark that stuff when you see it. But in that video where I was showing how to make an ad, I think I was showing how to do the how I was doing the ad to send out an ad for my t-shirt calculator. And I had a button in there and I showed how you, when you click that button, you instead, it's just like making a, if you're doing text and email and you make an email link, right? You do a text link, you're just going to click that picture and then you're going to change the, when you click the picture, when you right click the picture, you're going to change the, whatever it is, the link text or whatever. You're going to click that and then it's going to tell you to put in that URL and you'll put in the URL that you want the picture to go to. And I hope that helps. And you'll be able, I'm not sure about on your Facebook posts. I'm not sure about on the Facebook posts. I can't think about that now, but I know that's how it works in email. Okay. Okay, let me see what Renobi said. I have a birthday shirt on today from last year. I wore it for my birthday meeting this evening with classmates for our homecoming tailgate in October. Okay. Is it your birthday? Or did you just wear the shirt today? If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Carmen said all black, period. Yes, I have all black. You see I have that bucket of white t-shirts right there in that pink box. Those shirts, I always keep 50 white t-shirts because you'll have people who have, funerals or deaths that'll happen, and it's sad, but it is a business. So a lot of times when you have like rest in peace shirts or memorabilia, you don't have, a week or two to get it done, and those people call and they need shirts last minute. So that's an example of one order that I always take, and I do it last minute. So I keep that, and I keep me some heat transfer paper ready to go, because you can knock off, if you got one design, you can knock off 50 shirts through the printer, in about 15 minutes. It'll print them all up, and then you just heat press them and you're done. So I always keep shirts specifically for that. I keep white shirts specifically for that. And then I have all of this stuff here is pretty much like leftovers. All of that stuff is pretty much leftovers. And then also you can use that stuff to build up your when you if you have to show customers stuff, you build up, your little portfolio with different shirts that you've pressed and different things like that. Um and you can use it for that too. Okay. Hello, Canada in the building. Hey, Mina, how you doing? Y'all, I want to shout out to all of my I've been looking at my analytics in the back of YouTube, and I do have a lot. I have a lot of Canadian followers. I have about 24% of people who follow me are out of Canada. And I also have a lot of people from over in the UK. I think it's about 6 or 7% over in the UK that follow the channel also. So I do appreciate y'all. I do appreciate y'all. Oh, your birthday is June 16th, so it's coming up. It was the first clean shirt you saw after showering. I get it. I know, girl. Okay. Okay. So y'all, I was really hoping that my stuff from Stalls came in. I don't know what's going on. Um and I'm wondering if they sent it to the wrong address, because it should have been here by now. And it wasn't an order. This was just, the stuff that they was sending me to do the new products that they were sending over for me to do a thing. So yeah. Any other questions? Um Keisha, did that help you on that button? You're gonna bring and when you bring the picture in, when you bring that button into your email, you don't bring it in as a link. You bring it in as a photo. You click on photo, and then you hit a line, inline. It'll have at the bottom over on the right, it'll say, do you want to bring that photo in line, or do you want to bring the photo in as an attachment? Because you don't want people to open up the email and then they see a button attached. You want them to open it up and it's in line with your stuff that you're doing. Crafty, right? It's close enough to her birthday for her to wear it. Elena, yes, I'm still loving the Styles printable vinyl. I am. And the one that is my favorite now is the opaque soft the soft opaque too. I'm in love with that one. That's the one that I'm really, really loving. Okay, CTR, how do you get rid of a customer that's cheap and always looking for a deal? Well, what you don't say is that, like what I say, don't do what I do. Um, what you do with customers like that, if you have your pricing structure down, what I do is I normally just say, hey, here's the pricing sheet, and I give them a price. And then they'll say, well, do you have anything cheaper? Or, well, that's, well, you're higher than the guy down the street, or the guy down the street, he's $1 cheaper, and then you tell them, hey, we do exceptional work. I do great work, we do great quality work. I don't cut your inks. I tell people, I look them straight in the face and I tell them, I don't cut your inks. This is the price that we charge. This is what we give you, the most affordable price that we can give you. And, sometimes you have to, just tell a person straight up, hey, we offer this is our price. The price is our price. You wouldn't go to Walmart and try to cut a deal with Walmart, right? And so you're going to have different prices. You got cheap people, and then you've got people who are willing to spend what it is that, that you want. But I can tell you one thing that has always helped me. And this may just really shock y'all, but when you have your prices written down, right? And people are like, what the hell? Ken? You know what he got going on out there? It looks like a machete fell through the window. Okay, y'all. I don't know what Ken's doing, but he's over there fixing that window outside. You have to just pretty much just, if you have your prices set right in stone and you have a price sheet and you sound very confident, like for me, when I first started doing t-shirts and people would call me, I would kind of stutter a little bit and I'd be like, oh, well, let me see, and well, we can do it for this or that, and just kind of throwing prices out of my head. I noticed that when I got a structured price, or I was able to hand them something with my price in it, that they stopped questioning me. If you have some of the keys that you need to look for, like when people tell you, well, I have my own shirts and I just need you to do the printing. When they say, I just need, that word, I just need, that tells me right then that I don't need to really fool with you, right? Unless if I'm dealing with a brand and it's some shirts that I can't get, because you can't get shirts cheaper than what I can get them for, right? So I always know when customers are looking for a bargain. So let's say, for example, like somebody comes to me and they want a 2-color print job, and they want a 2-color print job, and let's say that I end up quoting them $15 for that job. I start higher and then go low, because this is the thing. If somebody comes to you and they say, okay, hey, I want, like 50 shirts, or I want 100 shirts. I want 100 shirts with a 1-color print job. And you say, okay, for me, because I'm screen printing, you'd be at about $7, $6.50, $7 for that order, right? I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to sell you a ring spun cotton shirt or a higher end shirt, and then I'm going to leave that bottom shirt. I'm going to leave that bottom shirt right there, in case you don't want that other shirt. So don't start low. Start like mid-range, and then you have something to offer. You can also tell people, you know, well, a way for you to save a little money, if you don't want a shirt that costs, you know, this amount and you need to save a little bit of money, why don't you try to print on a white shirt or print on a cheaper, maybe instead of printing front and back, they can print on one side, stuff like that. But really and truly, sometimes you got to lose customers. Everybody ain't your customer. So, you know, if you got a customer and they're just so cheap to where they're becoming a headache for you, especially if that customer is one of those that will call you and they want you to do extra shit. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do extra shit and they don't want to spend any kind of money. Then they don't respect you, and they don't respect what it is that you do. And so if they don't respect you and they don't respect what it is that you do, then that's when you have to just go ahead and just get rid of that customer and start trying to replace those bad customers with new customers. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll give people a price or a time frame, and I'm busy. You know, if I know, like I had a group of doctors every time, and they spent good money. Don't get me wrong. They would pay, we would do the American Apparel hoodies for them, and they would pay about $45 per hoodie. But because they were spending that kind of money with me, they felt privileged and they did not respect my process. And they would call me and they would want me to do things within 2-3 days. And they would always have 2-3 colors on the front, 2-3 colors on the back, something on the side. Right. And I had to just tell them one day, you know, hey, this is, if you want me to be able to do this job and to be able to do it effectively and give you the best product that I can give you, I'm not going to be able to rush it. And if you feel like you can go and get someone else to do it, then that's what they need to do, you know. And that was just that. So sometimes you just got to put your foot down and just tell them, you know, and it's okay. It's okay to say no. That's one of the things that it took me and excelled me to getting better customers, was learning the art of no. And it's okay to say no. It's okay, because you're going to replace that no with a customer, with a yes, to a customer that's going to respect you and respect your process and your business. Yes, Carmen, that old doctor mentality, honey. And they were really nice guys. They were really, really nice guys and everything. But it was just the push up, the way that they came to me. They would always come in, we got to do this. And we, you know, and they want that instant. And it just was not working for me. You know, so everybody's not your customer. It's okay with it. And sometimes, you know, like now you have to be careful because they got all this Google stuff. People will go in, they'll give you a bad review in a minute. And I used to care about bad reviews. I don't anymore. Because I have enough customers. I could care less what you go on Google and say. I could care less, right? Because I've already built up my business. But I'm not going to tell people who are getting into business or who don't have that foundation and have that customer list already built to be rude to your customer. I'm not going to tell y'all to do that. So a lot of times you hear me on the phone and I say, no, I'm sorry, that's just too fast. I'm not going to be able to do it. Don't you say it like that. You know, you say it in another way. And you just find that perfect customer for you. You just have to start looking for them. And when you're looking for that person, that customer, you need to figure out who your customer is. How much money does that customer make? Where do they live? What's their lifestyle? What's their upbringing? You know what I'm saying? And that makes a big difference on, like, even when, like I was telling someone that I look at whether it's a two-person household. It's, you know, if a person has kids, because when you get women who are like mothers, sometimes you'll get, you know, you can get that helicopter mom, or it can go the other way. You can get that nice sweet mom. So it's just really technical when you get into looking at customers and trying to figure out who is your customer. But if you start with the demographics, like for me, it's the zip code. For me, it's the zip code that you live in. Um, and that's where I start. Which, not to say that people that are in um zip codes that are not, you know, high-end zip codes, that they don't spend money, because they spend money too. I made a lot of money off of hip hop, and that was in the hood, paying $75 a shirt. You see what I'm saying? So you got to figure out, but that was the hustlers. That was the hustlers that was paying it, and they paid good. So, you know, it's just a way that you have to do it. And you can always say, you know, well, we're booked out. I'm booked for, y'all hear me all the time on the phone. I said, no, I'm booked for the next 10 days. We're about 3 weeks out, you know. And so, like, if you got that headache customer, I can tell them you booked 3 weeks out. You booked and you busy, and you can't be bothered, you know. But you say it in a, you know, in a better way than what I said. Okay. Champagne taste and beer money. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Carmen say duck. Carmen, I ain't doing no ducking. I ain't doing no ducking, sis. I'm coming out like a Charlie Angel from up underneath this desk. I ain't doing no ducking. Doing no more ducking. You don't keep on having me down there ducking. Um so Erica said the church and sports teams always have their shirts and forget about the design fee. So what you do is you put it in there. When somebody calls you and they ask you for a quote, or they ask you how much something is, you put it in there. You ask them, you know, well, do you have an idea, or do you have a design that's ready to go? Right? Do you have a print ready design? No, I don't. Or, well, I want, a lot of people don't even know what print ready is. They'll say, well, I have a design that I pulled off of Google. You know, already you need to charge them a rush, a fee, a art fee. Like, a lot of times you may ask them to, well, you know, can I see your design? It's okay. You know, like now you can text it to me, you can email it to me, whatever. And I can hold you on the phone. Can you go ahead and, what's your email? Let me shoot you over an email, and you just reply to my email with that image. Y'all know what I just did? I just got your email. Okay? Because I ain't waiting on you to send me the email. What's your email? I'm going to send you an email and you give me that back. And then you can know, right? If that design, okay, I need to charge for that design. That way, when you do your invoice, or you do your quoting, you're giving them a price, give them a price all inclusive. And an all inclusive price is going to be the t-shirts, the printing, the screen fees, or whatever, you know, if it's digitizing, if it's an artwork fee, anything that it is that's involved in getting that done. And then the only thing extra that there is for you to charge for is going to be the sales tax. And you can either make sales tax all inclusive if you have the sizes. And a lot of times I do quotes, and in my quote I'll say, this price includes the cost of t-shirts, printing, and art fees, right? If I have the art. If I don't have the art, I'll say this price includes the cost of t-shirts, small through extra large, screen fees and printing, right? Screen setup and printing. I don't say screen fees anymore, because the word screen fees can get you in trouble. I think there was an issue with a guy a few years ago that got sued because someone came back and asked for their screen. So if you do screen printing, you have to make it known that you're not buying the screen, right? So now we call it setup fees. That's the cost of me setting up the job. But you make it all inclusive, and then that way you don't have any issues, or you say it's this price plus screen fees, right? Or plus art fees. But yeah, always charge. You got to get your art off in there. Just give it to them all as one price, and divide that art fee. If that art is $50 and it's 50 shirts, add an extra dollar onto a shirt or whatever you need to do to get it all done. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Any other questions, y'all? Anything else we need to talk about tonight? Did I miss anybody? So I'm trying to see what I'm about with my little tip, y'all. I would frame my tip, but it's too much money for me. What did I do with my money, y'all? What did I do? Oh, there it is. Get my money. He didn't even put nothing on it. I didn't know what was going on when I got it, but I felt it and I was like, what did he send me? I actually thought that he sent me a for those of y'all who are coming in, my tip. This is my tip I got from my customer. Right here, it sent me this little card and sent me this money, honey. Cash. Tax-free money. Tax-free money, y'all. Tax-free money right here. This tax-free money. Now, y'all know I can't say that on here, so I'm going to report this, okay? I'm going to report this tip money. I'm going to report this tip money. Let me $260. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to buy with it. Get better customers, y'all. Better customers. Better customers. We gotta go after better customers, and you gotta get customers who respect your craft and respect what it is that you do. And if you don't have customers who respect what it is that you do, we just gotta find other customers and just say no. Start watching the tones in when you talk to people, how they talk to you, and stand firm on your prices. The price is the price. And yesterday's price, guess what? It ain't today's price. So, you just got to stand firm on it. And you can get anybody, like I can get people to pay. Sometimes, y'all, I have people who go onto the website, they'll end up paying $50 a shirt. The shirts start at $22.99. I'm actually, this weekend, I'm going to up those prices because that was the introductory sale. Introductory special, and so I'm gonna up those prices on there, and I'm gonna go back and review the cost of t-shirts, because if y'all look, I don't know, like if you have a wholesale account and you go and you look in your account, you may find that white t-shirts are more expensive than color shirts. And I saw that the other day and I was like, where do they do that at? When did that happen? So it's a lot of stuff that you have to keep up with now in your business with pricing. Especially, y'all, what are y'all thinking about this gas and how that's affecting business? I can tell y'all, I put $75 in gas in my car on Saturday. That was last Saturday. I took when I picked my mom up and took her to the dialysis. I put $75 in there, and $75 got me a half a tank of gas. And today I was on E again, and I don't really drive my car anywhere. The shop is 5 minutes away. I went to state and picked up some shirts, like when I had to go pick up shirts or something like that. I may do a little driving, but meeting customers, so up until now it hadn't even I hadn't even been a thought, because I do free delivery over $200, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, well, do I need to set one day and do one day a week and do my delivery? Like if you order during the week, I say, hey, I offer free delivery on Fridays, and then the rest of the time, honey, make them drive to me. It hasn't gotten to that point yet, but it's just a thing, to think about, the cost of it, the way everything is going up. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I saw Stan Banks the other day. He was talking about that he thinks that the industry is in a recession, right? um I don't necessarily feel like that. And he was talking about how people are not buying t-shirts. So, and I think he's coming from a perspective, I can't talk for him, but for me, when I look at it, I see regular ordinary people, maybe, regular consumers are not buying, individuals like in my household, um buying a custom t-shirt is going to be a birthday shirt, or a family reunion shirt or something. It's already hard to get people to pay for the family reunion shirt anyways. It's already hard to get them to pay for the family reunion shirt. Half of them don't pay. So um I think that for like regular households, it can be a challenge, because as things get worse, no, you're not looking to, you're not going to spend that money, right? We had all that PPP money. People had all that money, honey, and they partied and everything, and now things getting hard on them. So they're looking to pay. You're going to pay a light bill, you're going to pay your rent and all of that stuff before you buy a t-shirt for those people, because they screwed a lot of people who got PPP money. They didn't have businesses, no way, right? Before those big businesses and those companies that did, even the small mom and pop businesses that got that PPP money, and they did what they were supposed to do with it, and they elevated and grew their business, they ain't having no money problems. They're not having no money problems. They're buying shirts like crazy. They still shopping, and they back shopping. Even before COVID, companies had stopped buying like office shirts and stuff like that, but they back buying all that stuff now. So I don't think that it's gonna affect. I don't think that it's gonna affect business to business. B2B, it's not gonna affect. I don't think it's going to affect that. I think it may affect your ability to get a birthday shirt if a birthday shirt goes up to $35. But as the price goes up, if I'm selling it for $35 and the person down the street is selling it for $35, and the person around the corner selling it for $35, and the person that the mom that's at home, her shirt is $35, you're going to have to pay that $35. People find money to do all kind of stuff with. So, I think that as far as that goes, that it's gonna be, that's why I think it's really, really important to your business now more than ever for you to find that right customer now. Find that customer now that can afford you, right? Find that customer now that can afford you. Um, Before things get really bad. If things get really bad, I don't know. Biden says he's opened up some things, released some gas, and so we'll see how all of that stuff will work and how things will play into it. They've increased the inflation rate to try to bring down things, and it's going to take a minute. And so, like, you got to look at everything that's going on in the world right now with the cost of things. But I can tell y'all something. I looked at, like, I see something, the cost of t-shirts up high, but I see supplies starting to go down. Like, I was looking at, I told y'all the other day, I said I don't buy puff ink anymore because it was so expensive. I wanted, I think like a couple of months ago, I was looking for the transfer powder for screen printing, and it was like 40 bucks. It went down, it dropped back down to like $22 a bag. So a lot of things are, I'm seeing like a lot of things come back down. I don't think that t-shirts will go like right now. Let me see what the cost of shirts is on Staten, y'all, today for like a basic Gildan shirt. Because the other day it was $209 for a basic shirt. When I started in this business, I was getting shirts for 80 cents. 80 cents. 80 cents a shirt. 85 and 86 cents on color shirts. It's just crazy now when I look at the prices of shirts. And then shirts went up to $1.35 a couple of years ago, and then about $1.75 and stayed around there. Let's see what their prices are here. And that leads me into talking about, like if you have a wholesale distributor, I need to go in here and look and see how many shirts I bought this year, because my price may not be your price, because you can get discounts based on on what the shirts cost and how much money that you spend per year. So let me put in and see. I'll put it in without logging into my account part and see what the Gildan 5000 is. Let's just see what the wholesale cost. How much are y'all paying for shirts out there? Let's see what the wholesale cost of shirts are today. So $209 on white shirts, and let's see a black shirt. See what the cost of black shirts are. $235 on black tees. Let's see what the 3010, the 3001 in canvas, see what those are running. I like to just go in and see what those are running. Like right now, if you do custom t-shirts, you have to stay at least, I would say at least one time a week to go in and check your main sellers, right? Because the prices go up. Prices go up and prices go down. So the canvas shirt, the canvas Bella shirt, the regular jersey shirt is $389, which ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. $389, and they don't sell by color, so it's whether you get white or whether you get color shirt, and that's not bad at all. But you just have to go up. Like, that's one thing that you don't be afraid to go up on your prices. Don't be afraid to go up on your prices. For me, like when y'all hear me say, I charge $5 for a shirt, and I don't know if I charge $5 anymore. But when you hear me say, like, let's see, what was this? This was 125 shirts, 1,500 bucks. He probably paid about $12 a shirt. Maybe paid, yeah, maybe $12 a shirt on a shirt like this. That shirt, if I sold that shirt as one shirt, it'd be about 25 bucks. But for me, you can reduce the cost when you're selling in bulk and you're selling in quantity, because even, when you look at it, I think today when I picked up 125 shirts, it was $5.55. And I think, y'all, you know what? Let me look on here, because I promised this guy that he would get a baby shirt. So I need to make sure that did I order that shirt. It's one thing about when you're going in and you have, buying from distributors, you can go back in and you can look and you can see what's going on. You can check your sales history. and all of that stuff. Okay. I think I did. Yep, you can go in, you can check your sales history, you can check um see exactly what shirts you bought. You could generate reports and things like that. So yeah, so when I think I paid like $5.55 and his order was like $15.90 or something like that. So it was still, $1,000 for a day's work. It'll probably take to do 125 shirts on a manual press. It'll probably take Ken 2 hours tops working leisurely. And that's if he has to flash, if he does a print flash print. But if he just does a straight print, he'll be done in an hour. So that still ain't bad. So it's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money out here to be made. Let me see here, y'all. Oh yeah, baby. These right here, I'm gonna be fly. See y'all, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my bandana around my head, honey, and rock these right here. I'm gonna be fly. My mama bought these for me. Okay. Let's see here. We talked about that cheap customer. CTR says this is the price, period. Right? Yeah, you don't go ask Bloomingdale's for a discount. Yes, ma'am. That stuff is that vinyl is off the chain. Did you see the last shirt that we did, Elena? The one over here with the with the lady on it behind me? I did a video on that one. Yes, ma'am. Offer that good, better, best. And that's the thing, and they'll make the right decision. Because normally if you start at the lowest price, people, they don't want the cheapest thing. So they'll up to sell themselves. They're really, really easy to upsell, and if you look even with that Gildan shirt being $209, and you look at a Canvas Bella shirt being $389, right? You're looking at, let's say you're looking at $2 difference, and it's not even a whole $2 difference. But that $2 more that you paid for that shirt, you can upcharge more. You can upcharge more, y'all. And people are going to come back to you because they got a shirt that's, a better quality shirt. So let's see here. So Chandra says, I've been buying shirts off Amazon too for $8 until I get my business finalized, but I upcharge. Yeah, as long as you upcharge to cover the difference of the price, and then make sure that you keep those receipts too, so that anything that you paid sales tax on, that you can, you can write all that stuff off. You just charge, like I go out, Chandra, I go and I buy, there's a little place down the street that I go and I buy shirts from. Um, and I pay retail for them when I go in there and I buy them, and it's more convenient for me. Sometimes I need a couple of shirts and I just go right there and grab them because they're 5 minutes from my house versus me driving out to the wholesale place or ordering the shirts, and when I do that, then I have to charge that customer more. So like, let's say for example, if I'm doing a regular shirt and it's $22.99, so we're looking at $25 with tax. I'm looking to pay $3 for that shirt. If I end up paying $5 or $6 for that shirt, then I'm gonna charge that over to my customer and let them know, it's last minute. I'm not able to get it at the price that I would normally be able to get it at. So I have to, you know, charge them a little bit more for it. And it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's what I said, ain't it?
It is. It is.
It is what it is, baby.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Okay, so why Echo Solvent? What do you mean, T-Mac? Why Echo Solvent? Why should you start selling Echo Solvent prints? Because, you know, I can tell you why I sell Echo Solvent prints. Why for me? And for me, it was to solve a problem. Anytime you have a problem in your business, you know, you need to figure out what's going to work best for you. I already do sublimation. Sublimation I couldn't do on a color shirt. You do have, now you do have a vinyl out there now that you can do sublimation on, but I don't like the easy subli. I didn't like the way it felt on the shirt. I personally think that it's garbage. I just don't like it. And so I wanted a printable vinyl solution that was going to be a professional solution. I know that the printable vinyls that are made for solvent printers, latex printers, I know that they have been notoriously known to last 50 washes or more. So why not Echo Solvent? You know, it solved a problem for me. And the problem being doing small shirts. It's a fast way of printing. I don't have to wait on, if I'm doing a shirt, let's say if I'm doing a shirt and I need to do, let's say I need to do 20 prints, right? I can put, even though I have to cut it, I still have to do the cut part of it. I can put it in the printer. And because I don't have a BN20, if I had a BN20, it'd be a different thing, or, you know, a printing one cutter that did print and cut, it would be much easier. But I put it in there and I can print those off, and the printer's doing the work for me. I'm not, you know, I don't have to run to it. Like with DTF, the ink's not wet, so I don't have to run to it. I can let that all print, and then I can put it in the cutter, and while I'm doing something else, it can be cutting. It's really easy to weed. It solved a problem for me. Being able to do things quick, you know, being able to get it done really quick. And so it solved that problem for me. I can't tell you really, you know, what's going to be best for you. But it took, so I normally I have inkjet print. I have an inkjet printer where I do inkjet transfers, regular inkjet transfers with Epson ink. And for white shirts, I'll still use my Jet Pro Soft because I've never had a problem with it in 20 some years. Sold over $100,000 in inkjet transfers. Never had a complaint from a customer. When it comes to printing like the dark shirts with inkjet transfers, the quality just doesn't last, right? So that's where the Echo Solvent printer comes in. Now you still have to weed it, you know, and the weeding is a lot easier. The weeding is a lot easier than weeding like regular vinyl. It's super, super easy. But if I was doing like a really, really intricate design, then that may become a problem. But in order for me, I make up and compensate for that by putting contours around the design and things like that, where I can mainly pull stuff up in one print. And you just have to find the right vinyl for you. You have to find the right vinyl for you and the right vinyl for your customer. It's more expensive than DTF, right? Because you're paying for the cost of the vinyl and the cost of the ink. The ink is not more expensive than DTF ink, but the vinyl, you're paying more for the vinyl versus the PET film that you're using with the DTF. As far as getting involved in it, you can print from any program with your with your Echo Solvent printer because it's just a regular printer. Mine's is just a ET2720 that I converted and just put the inks in the Echo Tank printer and I was done. No software needed. With DTF, you're going to need a RIP software. CAD Link runs you $395 for desktop. If you have a wide format, it runs you about, I think I found it about $895. So that's a big difference right there. Is that you need, and you can't design anything in CAD Link. You're just needing that just to be able to print your design out, right? And so that's a big difference. The Echo Solvent printer, I haven't had a bunch of issues with clogging. Like if I turn it on and I run a head check, a nozzle check on it, you know, I can do a quick head cleaning and it's fine. But it can go, you know, 5, 6 days, 7, 8 days without me using it. And I'll have just a little bit slight nozzle issue. But it hasn't had any problem with like me doing, like if I do a head cleaning, it's done. So, you know, that's one of the things. And the thing about it is with DTF, if I do DTF and I have a printer over here that I'm going to convert to DTF, even with, you know, doing DTF, I would still have to, after it comes out, it's wet. I got the powder. I got to shake the powder on it. I got to make sure that I don't mess up the print. If it comes out of the Echo Solvent printer, the advantage of that is it's coming out and it's dry. So you're still, with both methods, you still have to take time to do things. Like you still have to either cut it and weed it or powder it, you know, powder it and then, you know, flash cure it. So it just depends. And for me, one last thing is that the Echo Solvent printer, it prints out like how you would print out a piece of paper. So it's super fast. With the DTF, from my understanding, is that it takes, you know, it may take you 10 or 15 minutes to print out one print. So if in 15 minutes with the Echo Solvent printer, I could print, you know, hey, say I print 50 prints out, you know, so, but then you have to figure out the time that it takes you to do the cutting, which I haven't done that much. So hope that helps. Let me see here, y'all. I'll put these other ones on because them dark. You were asking, was it a better choice? I hope that helps. You know, it's just you just have to figure it out for yourself. But that really, I think that really give you some insight, like to some things to think about. You know, as far as, you know, which way to go. I think that getting into doing the Echo Solvent printing is faster, you know, and then you could, you know, build up to that, or you could just jump into the DTF printing. If you're doing like intricate designs, I think the DTF printing would be good. But what I've been seeing with a lot of people that have been getting into the DTF is that they jump in and they have so many problems, and then you're so far off into it, it's like, you know, it can be depressing. For me, I already know it's going to be an issue when I start. When I start doing DTF printing, if it takes that printer 15 minutes, if I can't figure out a way to rip that faster and it takes it 15 minutes to do a shirt for me, it's going to be a real bummer. It's going to be a real bummer. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It's going to be something that I'm going to probably pull that ink up out of there and do something different. It would be different. Yeah, that's just gonna be a real bummer, and I don't think it's gonna take that long. I just can't see it, but that's what, you know, some people are saying. So that'll be a bummer. And the other thing for me is gonna be have to deal with wet prints, because I like for all of my stuff to be printed out while I'm doing other stuff. I don't really want to have to babysit a printer. I want the printer to work for me. I don't want to be working for it, babysitting it like that's like you babysitting an employee. So I'll end up getting a powder coater and investing in that so that I wouldn't have to sit there and babysit it. But then, that's another, 1,500-1,600 bucks. We'll see. Um, you know, Renovia says DTF takes a while. It's like being placed on hold on a call and forget you're even on hold when the person comes back 5 minutes later. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. It works and it looks good. I've seen some some bad DTF, y'all, and I've seen some good DTF. And that's why I'm gonna do it on the channel, because I feel like I'm gonna come with the unbiased opinion. I'm gonna give it to y'all straight. I'm gonna give it to y'all just like it is. Now I can say that the inks that I have, I've had these inks for probably a little bit over a month now. Let me grab this over here. And the ink that I have is this STS ink. And I've been looking at it and I've been trying to see if it's going to separate, and it hasn't separated. So I know that they were saying a lot about, with shaking and all of that stuff, but this stuff is supposed to be an American made ink. It says colors in our DNA. And so we're going to see if this is pretty good. And I also hear that Big Boy Inks is really, really good. Everybody says that his inks are really good too. And so I don't know if it's like the inks that people are getting from different places that are causing the clogs with the printer, or if it's user error or what. But I think that the quality of inks has a lot to do with it. But I ain't babying I'm not babying a printer. And for me, when you look at it, if it was me, y'all, like if I was not already in business and not already having the money to put in, I wouldn't, as a person getting into doing t-shirts, I honestly wouldn't just jump in and buy a DTF printer if I don't have my processes down and all of that stuff. And when you think about like babying a printer and going through all of that, I think that it could be really depressing. It sounds like worse than screen printing, you know what I'm saying? And screen printing for me now is a breeze, but I know that when I first started out, it was a headache. But having something, and I just have to see, we just got to see for ourselves. But even with me getting my printer for free, with getting this one for free and not having to pay a dime for it, I still, with the cost of inks, the cost of the cartridges alone were like $125 for the refillable cartridges. And then the inks and everything, another $300. And then, software, you're easily out of 800-900 bucks, and you haven't printed anything, and that doesn't include the cost of the printer. So, or the cost of the RIP software. Yeah, the RIP software, I told y'all the RIP software in there, but it doesn't include the cost of a printer. So, you're looking at $1,500 to get into something that's going to take you 15 minutes to print something. I don't know. So we need to, that's a lot of stuff to think about. You look at the DTF, groups and everything. Like when it works, you see some people, they just zooming on through. But the people that I see that are zooming through and really making money are the people who have invested in the whole curing system and all of that. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, TMC, babysitting at work, we don't know. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it, because I got everything. STS sent me the inks and everything. And so I am going to go ahead and put it in the printer. I had to buy the cartridges anyway. I got the inks and stuff. So I'm going to put it in there, run the trial, do it on the channel for 2 weeks, see how it goes. That way people get to see, you know, I give y'all the ins and outs and tell y'all exactly what's going on with it, what's working for me, what's not. And if it doesn't work, my intentions is to take that same printer and take those inks back out and convert it back into a eco solvent printer and be done with it. So that's my intentions. Carmen, it will be cost effective. Like the cost that you pay for the DTF, once you get everything up and going, it's the initial investment. But the cost that you're paying for the inks, you really, you know, you'd come out cheaper in the long run if you don't have the printer to break down, and if you know, and if you can, but it's the speed. It's the speed and the production, you know. So I got to sit down and figure out, like, if you're charging $25 for a DTF shirt and it takes you, let's say, how many of those shirts can you make a day? So that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to do on the channel, is figure out, okay, how many of those, how long does it take me to do 25 DTF shirts? And, you know, versus doing something on Eco Solvent printer, because since I have all of these different print methods, I might as well compare all of them here. So we will see. So stay tuned. Tuned in. I actually am going to start converting. I'm going to start converting it over Saturday, y'all. I'm thinking I may put the cartridges in there tonight after I get off of here. I may, and I'll probably record that process, because they say even that process is, you know, something that needs to be recorded. So I'll probably record that and see how that works. But follow Big Boy's channel, you know, and and follow somebody who's I think that Big Boy is now doing. The last time I talked to him, he told me that he was gonna start doing prints on his page, right? On his channel, on his YouTube channel, so that people could see. Because, you know, like when you buy something from a distributor, you want to actually, you know, see prints and know things like that. So we'll see how that goes. So I think he's doing that now. So Elena, you're just going to use your regular cleaning solution. The one that I use is, let me show you the one I'm using. And I'm using this for any of them. And you can make a solution homemade if you want to. But I've made so many homemade solutions, I'm tired. And you can also use, like, just to flush the inks out, you can buy distilled water. So I have a gallon of distilled water over there. You can use distilled water just to flush it through your system. But I don't recommend that unless you have like a wide format printer for flushing. So the one that I'm using is this one. And this is All American Manufacturing and Supply. Y'all, when I ordered this, I did have a problem getting this in. But it was probably, this is the biggest bottle that I found that was like $30. And it wasn't this color. It's actually clear. Now, what I did is I ordered some piezo flush, a little bottle of piezo flush off of Amazon that I already had. And I took the piezo flush and mixed it in here so that I would have, I took the piezo flush and mixed it in here so it would change the color. Because what happens is when you run, like, let me show you a cartridge. And I gotta take the cartridges out of the other printer. They already have solution in it. So this is for a printer that has a cartridge, and this is a big printer. Your printer may not be, you know, this big, but I'm gonna put this fluid in the cartridges, and the cartridge goes in like that. So I'm gonna put the fluid in the cartridge, and then I'm just gonna do a head cleaning and flush it through the printer that way. And then when I do the nozzle check, everything should come out kind of, you know, reddish looking. But if you don't have cartridges and you're running it through the Echo solvent tank, then that means that you're going to have to, not the Echo solvent tank, the Echo tank, that means that you're going to have to take a syringe and draw up as much as you can get out. And then after you do that, unhook the hoses in there and let that ink drain out, as much ink as you can drain out, and then try to flush through your system to get it done. TMC, I actually ended up getting gifted a Epson Stylus Pro 3800 is the one that I got gifted. That's the one that I'm going to be using. And let me see if I could turn the camera around and show it to y'all. Well, I'm not going to do that, because if I do that, it may go out. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. But if you want to see the 8550 converted, Practical Things converted to 8550. And she said that she would not use that printer to convert it again, because it was something I can't remember. But if you go look at the Craftable Things channel, she talked about the issues that she had with converting the 8500. Oh, I know what she said. So basically she was saying that because it's an EcoTank printer, that she cannot shake the cartridges. And you know how everybody's saying, you know, take the cartridges out and shake them? That's what she was saying, is that she's not able to shake the cartridges. And so I don't know if that's causing her to get clogs or not. I watched part of the video, but I didn't see the whole video. So go over there and watch that video, and then maybe that will help you out some. But she's been really successful with doing it. I think also the problem that she was having was with the film not going through the printer. And I don't know if that's a issue with just the desktop printers or what the deal is, but I know that when I used to use the Epson 1400 and the 1430 to do inkjet film, sometimes I would have that problem with my screen print films. So, you know, I got to see how I'm going to get this roll to go in through this thing. I don't know if in the rip, if you can put a roll on there and it will stop, because like normally on a regular printer, if you put a roll of material on it, then it would just keep going through to the roll. So maybe in the CAD-Link rip there's something that tells it to, you know, to stop. I don't know. I got to figure it out, y'all. Yeah, that's right, T. Johnson. She said, that's what she said. She said she has her printer on a cart, so she can shake the printer back and forth like that. And I still don't think that that's as effective as shaking it in here, because like these cartridges have, and this is a big cartridge, but cartridges have like this little nozzle thing that, let me see if I can, it's up here, y'all, and it's in all cartridges. It's like a little line that goes in and goes through, and then right here where the ink comes out, right here where this little port is, where the ink comes out, you might see it better on that side. Well, no, I think you can see it better on this side. There is, you see that little line right there that's coming and going through there? That's inside of all cartridges. So your cartridge will get clogged right there at that port. And that's why we take a syringe and draw ink out and prime the cartridge. But if you're shaking it and it's on something, you're shaking it like this, right? That's all you can do. But if I have that cartridge and I can take the cartridge out, I can shake like this, and so I'm going to really get a better shake. So if it's any solids that are, you know, getting stuck off in there or anything like that, from my mindset, seeing that I can shake it so much better and so much harder, I could shake that stuff loose. That's just my thoughts. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. Let's see here. T. Johnson says, I recall she changed something in the software, so now her paper is feeding through with no issue. I remember she was taping it, and then she said that it started working and then it stopped again. But she was going back and forth with it. I didn't know, Renobi, I didn't know that Best Uni had that she did DTF. That's good to know. Yeah, I know she was having some problems with it back and forth, but I also seen Big Boy say that same thing on the 3800. And I don't think that on the 3800, I don't think that the paper feeding problem would be a really, really like big issue, like because I've, you know, screen printed films for so long that, you know, there are ways to get over that. Uh, but all right, y'all, I'm gonna get my butt off of here tonight and see what I can do, get into some things in here, and I may convert. Let's see, it's about, I actually have to, it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna get my butt in the bed because I gotta get up in the morning and get this guy's stuff done because he blessed my game. He really did bless my game. And so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with my tip. This is a big 260. That's my biggest tip ever. My biggest tip ever. If I can just get, hey y'all, if I can get a $10 tip on every order, I'd be happy. But this is a blessing. It is a blessing. I thought maybe, I actually thought when I opened this up and I felt it, I didn't know that it was cash. When I felt it, I thought that it was, because it feels like a gift card or something. And so I thought he sent me a gift card to go out and eat. So that was just amazing. So I'm thinking that I got to send him something. I got to send him something special. I got to really get down on these shirts for him, y'all. So y'all have a good night. And I will talk to y'all hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll come on and do some stuff on Saturday. I have a consultation, a lady that I'm going to be working with sometimes on Saturday that I have to do. And then after that, in between me taking mom to dialysis and stuff, somewhere off in there on Saturday, we going to convert this printer. And maybe I'll do the conversion live. I'll try. I don't know. I'll try. I'll do part of it and then the other part. But all right, y'all. Good night.